Coming up on this edition of Two Right Turns, we're joined by running back Gideon Davidson and cornerback Elliot Washington. Gideon tells us a little bit about his first offseason under offensive coordinator Chad Morris. Elliot talks about his transition to Clemson from Penn State. And we wrap up the spring talking about the standouts of spring ball. Two Right Turns starts now.
You take those two right turns, and when they make the final turn, they can begin to hear the crowd and the noise of the open end of the stadium.
Here it is, the most exciting 25 seconds in college football.
Hello, everybody, and welcome inside Studio C of the Clemson Athletics Branding Institute for another episode of Two Right Turns, a Clemson football podcast. I'm your host for this episode, Ross Taylor, but I am joined by two guests who were two of the stars of the spring. If you all wouldn't mind introducing yourselves.
I'm Gideon Davidson. I play running back, and I'm a sophomore.
And what number? Because we got a new one.
Oh, yeah, number 8.
We got to get used to that number 8 in the back. I guess we got used to it last year, but a new number 8 in the backfield.
New number 8.
And joining us from the defense?
Elliot Washington, senior, number 3.
And that's a new one for our folks to learn. Elliot, welcome aboard, man. Coming over via transfer from Penn State. If you don't mind, tell us where you're from, a little bit about your family, and how you ended up here at Clemson.
I'll say start off. My dad played basketball at Alabama. So during that time when Sweeney was there, they kind of knew each other. So the basketball side, the athleticism, I get it from there. And then my mom, she ran track. So that's where I get my speed from. And some just family throw it out there. Peter Work, that's my people. So that's kind of where all the athleticism and the toughness and the grit comes from. But also, I'll just say really, I'm a chill, laid-back guy, unless you get me out of my character, but it won't happen too much. But other than that, just a cool guy to be around.
You said Peter Warwick is tied in with your group?
Yes.
We don't like to talk well about Florida State around here on a Clemson podcast. However, if you get even a small percentage of the athleticism Peter Warwick had, you're going to be doing just fine in college football. That guy was a dude. You mentioned your dad was playing basketball at Alabama the same time Coach Sweeney was part of the national championship football team there. If your dad's a hooper, how'd you end up playing football? Like, what happened?
I just wanted to take a different route. You know, that's something that he's always told me, like, I'm going to let you pick what you want to do. Like, I'm not going to be the one to decide what you want to do. So I feel like when him just letting me decide and let me go my different way, I feel like that kind of just helped me, a different perspective, really. But it's also at the same time, it's the same stuff I'm doing at DB that you're going to do on the basketball court. Shuffle slide, kick slide, same thing. So, second nature.
Yeah, a lot of quickness, change of direction. I imagine a lot of that translates really, really well. Well, we wanted to have both of you on to be able to talk about the offense and the defense because, I mean, really, truly, in talking with teammates and talking with coaches, it seemed like your names kept getting brought up this spring in a really positive manner. And as we wrapped up the orange and white spring game this past Saturday, Gideon, 9 carries, 80 yards. I mean, just how good did it feel to be back out there?
I mean, it felt great. I was really comfortable out there. Kind of just utilized everything that Coach Spiller had taught me throughout the spring, and it paid off for sure. And I was really grateful for, I guess, the opportunity to, get those carries, get those chances. And so, yeah.
And one of the things when Chad Morris came in this offseason, he's not been coy or shy about it. He has said, we are going to run the football. It is a focus for him. It's a passion for him. I mean, is that just music to the ears of a running back?
For sure. Absolutely. I'm excited to see, how he utilizes it. We obviously got to see a glimpse of it in the spring game. We ran the ball a good bit. And, I mean, he's really good at, like, statistically, coming up with things to, do in an offense. Like he's more of a, I guess, statistic kind of guy where if you run the ball this many times, you're going to be able to open up the passing game. So I really enjoy that about him.
Yeah, and he worked with an analytics group a little bit in his time away from coaching, and you can certainly see it. It's something that his mind is very much trained that way, and it's something that he looks for. Well, you had the opportunity to return to Death Valley, but Elliot, it was your first time out there with the fans out there. I know we had a scrimmage earlier in the spring, but 25,000 fans out there. I mean, you got a little bit of a taste of what Death Valley looks like in the fall. What were your thoughts on it?
I ain't gonna lie. Going down that hill, man. I'm still, to this day, I'm still just like, I went down the hill. I was smiling the whole time I'm going down the hill. So I feel like it was just a dream come true, Like, I mean, I've seen it on the national television. I'm just a lot of things that we see as kids and we grow, we want to achieve it. I got to achieve going down the hill of death in Death Valley. I feel like.
And I love this. I feel like there's maybe a little bit of misconception of, you're the son of somebody who went somewhere else. You started your career somewhere else, and yet like you end up at Clemson, and you were so passionate and enmeshed in all the traditions here that, like you said it yourself, you can't stop smiling running down the hill, and you're a veteran at this point.
Yeah.
Is that maybe misunderstood, that guys maybe don't start somewhere still can't fall in love with the places where they are?
I feel like there is some places you might have those kind of kids that just don't fit it, but I feel like if you just really just keep your head down, grind, mingle with the players, I mean, the players gonna bring you in. I feel like since I've been here, everybody's brought me in, made it a brotherhood. I mean, I love it here every day. I can wake up, feel happy, I can go play ball. I feel like, but just that really just being happy every day, it's just them offense, defense, just everyone competing. So I feel like that's what's just bringing me all the energy back that I had.
Well, if you couldn't stop smiling running down the hill for a spring game, we might need to get a live camera on your face when you get up to the top of the hill for the home opener in week 2. I feel like Gideon might be able to speak to that a little bit. Is it different?
Shoot. Yeah, last year, that LSU game, oh my gosh. It was something else. That being my first game, the most people I've ever played in front of prior to that was like 9,000 people. Going from 9,000 to 81,000.
Yeah.
It's different. It hits you like a truck, and it's a good feeling though. It's a great feeling.
Well, the great thing is with Clemson fans, I don't have to issue with a challenge because the Clemson fans will show up every week, and we don't take that for granted. But I will throw the challenge out there anyway. The home opener, let's make sure that we get a camera on Elliot's face and the fans show up and he gets the full experience.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit amused by the irony of this, where Elliot is the new guy to Clemson. Gideon, you're returning for your second year, and yet there's only one person in this room who's playing for a coordinator he's never played before, and it's Gideon rather than Elliot. So, Gideon, I want to start with you, man. What has it been like playing for Coach Morris for these first few months?
It's been definitely demanding, a lot more demanding. It's been fun. I guess the practices have been a lot more energetic, I'd say. But he's also a good guy. He's a great guy. He loves us. He's proud of us, and I really enjoy playing under Coach Morris. I'm just excited to see how it will correlate to the season and fall camp and all that.
Well, you mentioned the intensity of practice. After, I want to say it was the 4th or 5th practice, he spoke to the media here at Clemson, and he was talking about that a little bit. And let's listen to him, and then I'll get your reaction.
Boys, you're not ready for day one. I'm just telling you, you may think you are, but you're not. Your tongue's going to be hanging out. And guess what? After about third period, I had a few of them wanting to throw up. And I'm like, that's just what it is. And they asked, were we ever going to slow down? No, not really. Yeah, after practice, we'll slow down a little bit.
Does that feel pretty accurate?
Yeah. That's pretty accurate. I will say I've never thrown up in a practice, but shoot, after that tempo period, team tempo, it's crazy.
I mean, Elliot, I know you're on the other side of the ball, but you feel that too?
Oh, yeah, for sure, especially backside, especially with him, it was one play I had to come from the other side and go get him, but that tempo, you got to get back on the ball. Is heart racing. It's more of a mind game, I would say.
So one of the words that he has stressed throughout the spring has been strain. He wants to strain everybody. He wants to strain the players. He wants to strain the staff. You also mentioned, I mean, there's accountability to it, but he clearly loves this group, loves this place. And we had him mic'd up for one practice, and our social team did an unbelievable job and put out a video that got a ton of great reaction from the fans. We're going to watch it and listen to it real quick, and then I'll come back for reaction.
You have to let us coach you hard. You understand? You have to let us coach you hard. We've got to put unbelievable strain on you at practice. Go, let's go, work, go. Hey, don't run at him, run at an angle. Go this way, right? Get the team forward, and the natural cutback will happen.
Yes, sir.
Nobody's immune to being coached hard. Hurry up, get down, snap it. Do you understand?
Sir.
Nobody, no coach, nobody. Yes, sir! Boom! Boom! That's why you play all the downs, boys. That's why you play all the downs. You have to let us coach you hard. Because I promise you, the end result is going to be a game is going to be there being very little pressure in a game if you can handle practice with us.
How emblematic and indicative of Coach Morris is that 1 minute clip?
Pretty accurate,
Yeah.
I'd say. Yeah. He definitely talks a lot, but it's always encouraging. And that right there is exactly what you're going to get from Coach Morris. And I honestly like that a lot about Coach Morris is he's a leader. He really exemplifies a leader. But yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Well, this is a question for both of you because there's a lot of guys that are either new to the program, whether they be transfers or freshmen, or guys who are stepping up into larger roles, perhaps like yourself. I feel like it takes a very mature team, regardless of age, just mature in how they handle themselves, to be able to respond to coaching like that and to take that the right way. How have both of you seen that with this current group?
I think the group that came in, the freshmen, the young guys that came in, they're pretty mature themselves. So, like, the receivers, the O-linemen, those guys knew, like, what was at stake. And so I think they just, adapted to it pretty well. And they just took that kind of coaching and, applied it to what they had to do on the field. I think they were mature coming in. So, yeah.
And Elliot, that level of accountability seems like it's been here since Coach Allen arrived, and I imagine that continued into this spring as well. Have you seen the same?
Yes, 100%. Same guy as he was when he was at Penn State when he was with me. I feel like it's the same. Literally, I just feel like more grit. There's more grit to him now, and he's holding a lot of more people accountable. And I feel like that's something that we needed at Penn State. So I feel like that we got here is 100% true. 100%.
How much did Coach Allen's presence here factor into your recruitment?
I feel like it factored in a lot for sure. Just knowing someone on the staff that I can code to, I can trust Zach, and also just even his son, going to him just to talk about anything, even if I am a little shaky or mentally not there fighting. But that factored in a lot for sure.
Still dealing with slow systems, cybersecurity stress, or IT issues that just won't go away? That's where today's Clemson Tigers small business partner, A&C Group, comes in. For more than 25 years, they've helped businesses across the Southeast run faster, safer, and more efficiently. With fully managed IT, 24/7 IT support, and real cybersecurity protection that actually works. No tech headaches, no downtime, just systems that keep your business moving forward. If your IT isn't making your life easier, it's time for a change. Visit ancgroup.com to schedule your free IT assessment and learn more. Well, and this is someone we haven't talked about on this show very much. Nolan Turner, the new safeties coach, came in and sat down for an episode, but amid all the staff changes in January, Thomas Allen was elevated to defensive pass game coordinator. And Coach Sweeney in the press conference, Coach Sweeney's always complimentary, but he was very effusive with praise for Thomas and came out and said, that guy is going to be a power conference coordinator before he's 30. What can you tell us and our fans about Thomas Allen and why Coach and everybody seems to believe he's on that trajectory?
His attention to detail, the way it's been that. So it's kind of like just now that I'm here, I feel like it's more and people are actually buying into what he's saying and what he's actually telling us to do, and actually people are listening. So I feel like he's more attention to detail, just knows everything, know which route's gonna come, knows what the offense is gonna do. So I feel like he just studies the game a lot.
So as you made the decision to transfer away from Penn State, when did Clemson really truly become an option for you? And just walk us through the entire process of your decision. You walk in at Penn State, hey, I'm headed out, to when you decided to commit to Clemson.
I can't lie. I would say it was just a whole blur. It was a blur moment, just actually having to leave somewhere I've been for 3 years, but also just leaving the bonds that I built there, and also just all the life-changing things I've done over there. So I feel like that's something. But also just the whole time going through that process, I won't say it was stressful. I feel like coming here kind of made it just a little easier, back closer to home. Also, just the people, like, I could tell the way the guys interacted just with me, and I hadn't even been there. Like, I hadn't even, like, talked to half of the players just on the team. Like, just off that, I could already tell it was a brotherhood here. Like, just off a little text message or just, hey, yo, I'm trying to get some work in. Like, just little stuff, it went a long way with me before I even committed here, and I feel like that's what made me want to come here. Is like, people want to be great just like me. They have the same goal.
Who made the first contact with you from Clemson?
The first contact as a player or coach? Which
either.
The first person actually, who was it? It was Ashton.
Okay.
It was Ashton, and then AV texted me.
Okay.
And then Tink texted me when I was up here. Like, when I first came on my visit, Tink texted me. It was like, hey, what's up? Like, so I was just, from there, it was kind of just like, oh, they already know they know what's up. So I feel like that was kind of another reason why I came here, because it's like, okay, they see my game. I can help. They can help me. I'm not this great player, but I also can still perfect my craft from other people.
And we've explored this a little bit with some other guests. It seems like everybody been here so welcome because everybody here wants to win. Like,
right.
There's some places where it's like, no, I waited my time. Like, these are my snaps. Everybody here is like, yo, come make us better.
Right.
Yeah. Has that been the vibe?
For sure, it's been the vibe since I've been here, and I don't think it's going to change.
And Gideon, I mean, even though there's been more transfers on the defensive side, I mean, you talked a little bit about the way the freshmen came in, but the transfers, I mean, how would you describe the mentality of this team as we sit here going into April?
I mean, yeah, I think you said it all. We all want to win. I feel like for the transfer guys and the freshman guys, they got something to prove. Everybody wants to get on the field, and so I think their mentality is like they want to play. They want to contribute to the team, help us win. And so I think I've definitely seen that this spring. Nobody feels like they're entitled. Nobody feels like they're above others. So I'm really happy about that because I don't know. I just felt like there was a couple of that last year, but this year it's more focus on just win, and how can I help this team win?
Well, I love that. Well, I mentioned we wanted to have some of the names and some of the stars, so to speak, of spring join us. And Elliot, it was following the first scrimmage over at Death Valley right before spring break where Coach Sweeney was discussing kind of how spring had gone so far. And this is actually him. I think he was just asked about the defense in general, and he just straight up volunteered this.
So I've been encouraged by Elliot Washington has been by far to me the best guy in camp. He's made plays every single day. Every single day he's made a play. And he's turned the ball over more than anybody all spring. So I'm really encouraged.
I mean, for him to just volunteer that and for him to say what he said, what's it like hearing your head coach talk about you like that?
I ain't gonna lie. Cause I'm not really in tune to stuff like that. Like, I just put my head down at work. So my pop sent it to me out of nowhere. So I was like, I just clicked it. I listened to it. I was smiling the whole video. It feels great because it's like, you know how long you put in so much work and just all the sacrifices you make just to get to that point. But there's still work to be done. We're not stopping there. But also, I just feel like the acknowledgement that he's giving me is great. But I'm not that type of guy to feel me. I'm a humble guy.
That's right. Let me do it for you. That's the PR guy's job, right? Yeah, you just keep playing ball.
Sure.
But I mean, did you just feel that as the spring was going on? I mean, the ball was finding you, ending up in your hands. I mean, you were making plays with or without the ball. I mean, like, could you just feel it clicking? Like, all right, man, like I'm in the zone right now.
Yeah, it was clicking bad for sure. And once them first 2 picks came that first day, it was just like, hey, stay consistent, because that was the word that I chose. Coach Allen asked all the players, and that was my word: be consistent every day, even when you're not on the field, even when there's not practice. So I feel like that's something that I stood by this spring for sure. So I just want to keep doing it the whole time I'm here.
Well, and this was something that kind of struck me about you, and I don't know if it's a function of age. I don't know if it's a function of you've played in the system for this coaching, this defensive coordinator before, but when you arrived here, both on and off field, like, you just look like a confident guy. You don't look like a guy who's trying to figure your way around, whether it's on the field or off the field. What do you attribute that to?
I would just say time management, really, just a sacrificing and just a lot of things. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't been on the game. I haven't played the game in about 6 months, 7 months. So, like, that whole time I was off, it was really just work, football, the plays here. Like, when I committed, I got the install, so I was just going back, getting a refresh of what I used to do. So I feel like that kind of just helped me really just stay grounded and just mentally. I feel like just there's days there's days you might have an off day. There's days you might mess a play up, but it's 6-second mentality because this next play is about to happen or something else is going to happen. So I feel like it's just you got to have that wherever you go with you. I feel like.
Well, we're going to take a second to open up the fan mailbag presented by the South Carolina Department of Social Services. Learn more about public adoption in the state of South Carolina by visiting dss.sc.gov. Our first question, this is kind of ironic considering what you just said. How do you manage your time with how busy it is being a student athlete?
Really, now that I don't have like study hall and stuff, I do have a little bit more time on my hands, but I kind of just focus on the school part, the academics, the meetings, and then the practices. And it kind of just flows. Like, maybe some days we'll have workouts in the morning, and then that will go right into academics, and then that will go into meetings and practice. So it's like you're really just, taking it one step at a time. When I have to like schedule meetings and times and stuff, that's when it gets a little bit more difficult. But it's not too hard, I would say. Yeah,
the whole world opens up to you once you make the grades to test out of study hall, right?
Yeah.
Like everything just opens right up.
For sure.
Elliot, what lessons have you learned about time management in your time playing college football?
I would say it's a lot. You got to sacrifice. Really, I'll just say there's I would just say there's that one word is sacrifice. Like, especially with the times that you have class, and in between those classes, you might have an hour break or 2 hour break. In those 2 hours, you could figure something to do out. I feel like that's something we all still learning at this young age we are. So I feel like it's just. But other than that, I feel like if you stick true to what it is, like even just the workouts, like your body, like we have workouts 6 or 7 a.m. Your body's gonna wake up early every day. So you're gonna, even if you have that off day, your body's still gonna wake up that early, and you're still gonna have that mentality. Like, okay, I still got all this time. What I could do, what I could fit in here, what I could fit in there. So I feel like that just helps us.
Well, and that's such an underappreciated thing if and when y'all move into the quote-unquote civilian world and the 9 to 5 world, all of a sudden you'll be like, man, I got so much time. You're going to have that same mindset of like, hey, if I have a moment, I can fit something else in here, get something done. That'll serve you all really well. Hopefully we've got memories to come, but as of right now, what is each of your favorite football memories?
College or?
Doesn't matter. We didn't specify. Favorite football memory. You could be 4 years old. It could be at the spring game. Anything in between.
I guess for me, it would probably be in high school. I participated in 3 state championship games. My first state championship game, I lost, I want to say 28-14. Can't remember the exact score, but I had ran a 70-yard touchdown to win the game, but it got called back for holding. And then quarterback threw an interception, a pick 6 actually, and then we just went downhill from there. So that like is imprinted on my mind. But then 2 years later, my junior year, we went back to the States, won that game by a good bit. I want to say it was 28-14. And that season we didn't lose, or we didn't trail a game, and we didn't allow more than 14 points a game.
Yeesh.
So that was a fun season. And then my senior year, we beat a team like 40-something to 20s, I think. So just those state championship games, those are like my favorite football memories.
Yeah, you and Easton had that thing rolling.
Yeah, we did.
Elliot?
I'll probably say when we went to states too in high school, we won it. And then senior year, we went again, but we lost it. So I feel like that's probably one of the best moments ever since football.
We'll hope to make some more this season.
Yeah.
Next question. Do either of you have a hidden talent that others would not know?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Nobody, like no singing, nobody?
No, can't sing, can't play an instrument, can't draw. I don't know.
Can't go back and like make gumbo or anything like that tonight?
Can't cook.
Yeah.
Can't do anything, really.
Elliot?
Just play football.
Nah, I ain't got no hidden talents for real. I know my mom would probably say otherwise, but I don't have any.
Hey, as long as you guys got talents that we can put on the field 12 to 16 times, I think we're in a great spot.
Yes,
so show the ones you got. Don't worry about the hidden ones. And then, man, that's a big picture question. Good luck. What would you say is the legacy you want to leave behind?
Shoot. I would say obviously being a great athlete here at Clemson, but then also being the athlete the fans really love, and the coaches and the people, and just being a good person overall. Yeah, it's kind of broad, but that's what I would say. I just want to be a good person everybody loves. You know, you can't please everybody, but yeah.
Elliot?
I would just really say, just since I've only been here, like a couple months, I would just say to leave that whole year impression on Clemson family, friends, whatever. You guys here, even guys I've only been knowing you guys for a couple months, but I want this whole year just to be like, he was a great person. He has everything, the tools. I feel like that's what I really like. That's what my legacy I want to leave behind.
Well, and I mean, you can look back to last year of how quickly an impression can form. I mean, our fan base fell in love with Will Helt and Tristan Smith and Jeremiah Alexander, and you see the type of people that were brought in here as well, and it seemed like that almost solidified and crystallized, like, oh no, like it doesn't take long for people to understand who you are,
right?
Yeah. Which is a great opportunity. There are children of all ages in South Carolina who are in need of a forever home. Many are teens, siblings, or have complex medical needs. Public adoption through the South Carolina Department of Social Services can not only be life-changing for them, it can be life-changing for you too. When you provide stability, guidance, and support, you're giving a young person the foundation to succeed. Learn more about public adoption in South Carolina at dss.sc.gov. We want to talk a little bit about the transfers, and there's a lot on defense. Gid, you're in the room with one that has come in on offense that has gotten a lot of attention, and that's Chris Johnson Jr. Tell us a little bit about him on and off the field.
Yeah, when he first came in, he was quiet. Obviously, when you're new to a place, you aren't usually too loud, but he's a great kid. I love him. He's very fast, as people know, very fast, and he's a great athlete. But yeah, now since he's gotten used to all of us, he's more out there, more talkative, more interacting with us. So yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the room as a whole. I mean, you've got Jay working back from injury. Obviously, you know the power that Easy brings. Yeah. I think people probably underestimate, and they shouldn't, Jarvis Green, who's back in the mix. Obviously, you've got you. I mean, just a lot of guys in that room. Tell us what that's like, especially under the guidance of Coach Spiller. Yeah, I mean, we're all closely knit. Like we all got different skills as a running back, but we're all closely knit. All, the camaraderie and all that. We all love each other, and it's been fun to I guess learn with them, because we're all learning the same offense. And I mean, the room is just like it's gonna be fun to see like how we all compete together, and then how we all make each other great. So yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I think there's a fundamental misunderstanding that competing for playing time doesn't mean you want anything bad for anybody else in the room. You just want the best version of yourself to warrant getting on the field.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it would definitely. We all got different skill sets, so it will definitely help each other.
And then Elliot, you touched on this, just the way that the transfers, and I'll include the freshmen in this too, but the way that the new guys have been welcomed into the fold.
Right.
I mean, were you almost caught off guard by how much the guys on this roster, you mentioned Ashton and Tink, and I think there was another one I was missing in there.
Yeah, Avion.
I mean, did it catch you off guard how wide open the arms were here from the current roster?
I ain't gonna lie, it most definitely did shock me though, because it was just kind of like other people are seeing the good in me. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of just like, okay, like, hey, time to lock in. It's time to just pick their brains too, because it's like everyone has a different way of learning. So I feel like that's just, I might be able to use it just from them. So I feel like just everyone to transfer, Jerome, Corey. So there's a lot of the guys I talk to. I just pick everybody's brain, because then I could just learn from them and they could pick my brain. So I feel like it's just everyone just working with each other just to win and have the same outcome as everybody wants.
Well, our fans who are listening to this only got the opportunity to view one practice and not all 15. So I want to hear from you all. You get to pick one player on each side of the ball. So getting one offensive player, one defensive player. Same for you, Elliot. Right. I want to know who are two people that stood out for you this spring. And it doesn't necessarily need to be a guy who's the starter, someone who maybe our fans don't know about or aren't talking about, of like, oh no, you need to know this person.
Yeah. For me on offense, it was Gordon Sellers. He really did stand out. I was really shocked to see how well he did. He's very athletic, making great catches, not just on the freshman guys coming in too, but on like veteran guys as well. And then defense, it has to be Elliot, and like his speed is crazy too. I mean, I can't remember.
that's a wry smile. I love that.
There was one practice, I can't remember which one, but it was pretty recent, and I had caught the ball in open field, and I started running, and I like glanced over my shoulder. I see Elliot. He's probably like 5 yards away, and so I started sprinting a little bit, trying to get out. And I look back, and he's right behind me. I'm like, I was just in a full sprint. Like, what just happened? But, yeah, I'd say those two guys.
Elliot?
Appreciate that, my brother. Yeah. I'd say on offense.
And you can't say Gideon. Yeah. I'm not going to let you pay that back. We need another name.
Okay. I got to give it to Naeem.
Yeah.
Naeem Burrows for sure. From Florida, Jacksonville, so he got the little grit. He got the swagger. Still learning, but for sure I see the potential already, because I've already had my conversations with him and stuff like that. And on defense, oh my, that's gonna be hard. I mean, it's there's a lot. There's a lot of names I could say.
Give me a couple. You don't have to if you don't have to pick just one.
Okay, a couple I could say right now. I say Tink. Ashton, Strozier for sure, Stro.
Yeah.
I can't really say that the D line, the interior, because I don't really look at it, but I because I'm in man half of the time.
Yeah.
So, but those really like I actually gotta say my two safeties, Corey and Jerome for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I seen a lot coming downhill, filling the gaps. PBUs, so I just feel like everybody's flying around the ball.
Well, it's a good sign when you're struggling to name just one, because
right.
A lot of guys have stood out this spring. Just as we start to look ahead to the season now, I mean, the next time we're on the field with the coaches and everybody is going to be the start of fall camp. We want to make sure that Clemson fans know where they can find you and get your followers up. Elliot, where can our fans find you on social media?
My Instagram is elliot.w21. That's where basically I be at. Keep all you guys active. Just posted recently today, so.
Gideon?
Yeah, mine's Gideon.Davidson. I'm thinking about switching it or changing it. Something more of like, not my name, but, something that applies to me. But yeah, Gideon.Davidson. That's my Instagram.
Well, we already changed numbers, so what's changing account handles at this point? Might as well just do a full refresh, huh?
Yeah, I just needed advice. Something along the lines of like get the kid or something. I don't know.
Why does 8 the 8 mean something to you? You wore it in high school. What does 8 mean to you?
So I was gonna be 7 because I have 7 siblings on my adopted side of the family. But one of my teammates had picked number 7 before I could get to it. So I was like, you know what? Closest number is 8. And somebody already picked 6. So I was like, I'll go 8. And then it just stuck. So, and also, fun fact, number 8 and number 0 are the 2 numbers on the number line that are, you can split horizontally. They're symmetrically, horizontally, and vertically.
Huh.
So, pretty cool.
Think of that until just
I guess that depends on which font you're picking for number 1, huh?
Yeah, really.
Yeah. As I look over to the graphic designer in the room, well, guys, thank you so much for making the time today. It's a pleasure chatting with you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us.
All right, that's going to wrap up this portion of Two Right Turns, but we have a freshman orientation series with defensive tackle Cam Cody. Make sure to stay tuned and like and subscribe for more Two Right Turns. Welcome to Two Right Turns, freshman orientation, where we're joined by all 15 of Clemson's mid-year enrollees in its 2026 freshman recruiting class. And I'd like to offer the opportunity for my next guest to introduce himself.
How y'all doing today? I'm Cam Cody. I'm from Savannah, Georgia, and I'm number 54.
And Cam, tell us a little bit about high school ball and the program you're coming from.
I love that school. I came from military school. It was called Benedictine Military School. I would say that was one of the best decisions I could have made in my life. And they really taught me how to be a man. They taught me to tie my tie my freshman year. And just like how to do a resume and how to conduct myself in interviews and just all things that a man should know how to do in life.
When was the decision made for you to go to military school, and what prompted that?
So it really started in the 6th grade. Like I was going to like this public school called Effingham, but then the people from the public, the private school, the private middle school I was gonna be going to, they came, scouted me, and were like, "Oh yeah, we want to play for us." Then since that school is connected to the military school, I've been going to games to the games for forever. So it was a no-brainer I should be there.
How much has that been a benefit for you coming to Clemson, where you're coming from a place where there's so much structure and you're expected to operate in a certain way, not only as an athlete but as a man? Have you found that beneficial as you made the transition to college ball?
It has been very, very beneficial. Like they really prepared me for what has been coming up next and how structured college is going to be and everything, because they made it so that BC was structured like a college, like everything rolled how I needed to roll and things of that.
So, let me know if you're not comfortable talking about this, but I do want to ask, you had a very significant life experience happen to you on the practice field in 2022. Do you mind sharing what that was?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was a normal day. I was getting ready to take the PSAT. I got to school and it was a half day, so we got done around 12:30, and practice started at 1:45. Got dressed, we warmed up and everything like that. Then we did team stretch, and we went to go do our water break. And then all of a sudden I just collapsed. My heart stopped beating for 11 minutes, and my brain didn't get oxygen for 5 minutes.
And so, you were effectively revived and brought back to life. I mean, for someone like you to experience a situation like that at such a young age, how has that shaped your perspective in life and in football?
It really taught me that everything isn't guaranteed, and if you're going to do something, do it with all your heart.
I mean, has that, you come across to me as a guy with just a real, serious on the field, take your work seriously, but just got a real bubbly personality about you, where you just you seem to always enjoy the moment you're in. Was it like that before? Have you always been that way?
Yes, sir.
So that doesn't even have anything to do with life-threatening situation. That's just the way Cam Cody was born.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about your family.
I come from a big family. I got a total of 10 siblings.
Oh, wow.
And 2 of them are boys.
Okay.
And the rest are girls. So I really grew up in a girl household and everything like that, and really learned all I knew how to be a man, except for my mom and my older sister.
Where are you in the age ranking?
The young middle child, basically.
Okay. All right. for those of our fans who haven't seen you play, how would you describe your game stylistically?
My game is violent, and I'm a man of the game. I'm a student of the game, really. Make sure my technique and everything aligns with what that it aligns in what I'm going out to achieve on the field.
You're a student of the game. Who do you like to study?
My defensive line trainer, D'Angelo Brown, he taught me all I knew because he's been training me since the 6th grade.
Are there any NFL players or college players that you've studied a lot?
Really just him.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. When was the first time that Clemson was really on the radar for you, and what attracted you to Clemson?
This is a funny question because I came here for a basketball camp in the 7th grade. I thought I had hoop dreams and all that. I thought I was going to be a basketball player. And I came here and just fell in love with the campus. I knew from day one, like, being on campus and like, our dorm, like, where we stayed for the camp was in Lightsey.
Okay.
And everything like that. Yeah. So I knew, this is where I'm going to be. This is where I'm going to be.
So you had that vision early, even though you thought you were going to be doing it for Coach Brownell across the street?
Yes, sir.
What are we talking? Are you dominating down to the post? What kind of hooper were you?
Dominate down in the post, do the dirty work and all the rebounds and all of that.
I didn't know. It's 2026. Everybody thinks they're Steph Curry these days, so I feel like I had to ask. When there's obviously not a lot of free time that comes with being a student athlete, but whenever you get away from the facility, get away from football, what do you like to do?
I get a little homesick, so I just go back to my roots and go talk to my family and all that. It's just like to catch up on things of that. And most of the time, I'm just in my room listening to music and like just reading my book.
Here, it's an interesting time with the Clemson defensive tackles room. You have a lot of experience that has moved out of here. A lot of opportunity has opened itself. You have some incoming transfers, and you've got you coming in, but you have the guidance of someone like Nick Eason with so much experience at the NFL and college level. It's early, but how have you seen this group start to come together?
It really came together after the first few weeks of us being together, us filling each other out, and now that like we're like a couple weeks, like almost a month in, it's like it's a big old family. Like they make sure, since I'm the youngest guy in the room, I know what's going on, I know what I need to do, and like the goals and expectations that we got set in the room.
Who are some of the guys by name that have really kind of taken you under their wing and shown you the ropes around here?
Champ Thompson, Makai.
Yeah,
he really like been. Before like I even committed here and like I was coming here for games and all of that, he has really been like taking me places where he's been going and like just helped me love Clemson basically. And Mariana's with picking me up for 5:30 mat drills and all of that all that stuff. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you mentioned the mat drills. I mean, it didn't seem like you blinked, man. Like you were locked in. It was impressive to watch you and this freshman class as a whole in that forum. I mean, how did it seem to go for you? What were your thoughts?
I really thought it was going to be way, way, way worse than it was when we did mini mats. Because when we did mini mats, I wasn't prepared for the mini mats before the actual mat drills. But when the mat drills came, it just clicked.
Well, something to be said for being prepared because of the mini mats, and something to be said for mindset too. Did you just have your mind made up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
My mind was to make sure I got through this day and earned the chip.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and it was cool too, as I mentioned on a recent podcast. The coaches have the ability to give out all-in chips for the guys who performed well, not just athletically, but in terms of leadership, body language, finish, all of those things. And there was one day where the seniors were able to give some out to the team, and the freshmen were able to give some out to the team. And I feel like your name came up several times over the course of mat drills. So was it really rewarding to be recognized like that by coaches and teammates?
Yes, sir. It was very rewarding to see that like my hard work and what I'm putting in already is already being noticed.
Well, hopefully our fans are following you already, but if they're not, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at bigtruck.cam and stuff like that, or on Twitter at bigtruck_Cody. Yes, sir.
Give the man a follow. Cam, glad to have you here, man. Thanks for making time for us.
Yes, sir.